In this interactive guide, you'll learn how to monitor the use of sensitive information in your organization with Microsoft Purview Information Protection. Hello, this is Theo Rodriguez. Here, you'll see how information protection can help you classify sensitive data across your organization and get insights from this information to inform and monitor your policies. This is the Microsoft Purview Compliance Portal, where we are logged in as a compliance administrator. To get started, expand data classification. And then let's take a look at the overview page. This page provides an overview of how trainable classifiers, sensitive information types, and labels are being used across your organization. Let's scroll down to take a look at this. Using the information on this page, you can evaluate the impact that sensitivity labels are having on your environment and assess your protection and governance policy needs. Next, select Content Explorer. Content Explorer provides a snapshot of the sensitive items in your organization. This includes items that match certain sensitive information types that you define, items that have had sensitive or retention labels automatically or manually applied, and items that have been categorized for trainable classifiers. Here you can review items that match your sensitive information types or sets, which are pattern-based identifiers that detect sensitive information. Let's click to collapse the sensitive info types. Finally, you can review items that have retention labels applied. Retention labels are used to assign retention settings to items. Let's look at items in our organization that match a specific sensitive information type. In this case, we'll use the search bar to quickly locate the set or sensitive information type. And what we want to look for here is U.S. Social Security numbers. Let's open this OneDrive folder. Notice that there are 23 items over here that we found. We're going to open this one. These are the items in this location. This is the SharePoint location that match the selected sensitive information type. Let's click the link for this first document. In addition to matching the U.S. Social Security number set, this item also matches the other sensitive information types shown here, which is all those numbers right over there. You can also select the document itself to review its details. and it'll tell you whether there is a match or not. Let's maximize the screen over here to see the full the screen button. The source tab shows the document itself. After reviewing the information, you can confirm whether this item and the SIT are a match. You can click here to look if they are a match, and optionally you can submit the a redacted copy of the item to Microsoft along with your feedback to help improve the accuracy of the built-in classifiers. So built-in classifiers, it's something that it may take time to train it, to your environment, depending on what you do. So, but this is something, it's a work in progress, but after a while, things get pretty accurate and you can be confident. But I mean, by default, it works pretty well, but there may be some tweaking and some adjustment to actually meet the requirements of your company. Now, for the purpose of this guide, we'll skip this for now. Let's now select the contextual summary. This tab shows which parts of the document matched the SIT detection pattern. And if we go to the next tab, here this tab displays the document's metadata. Let's close this now. Now let's navigate to Activity Explorer. A lot of stuff about Content Explorer, really interesting stuff. Here you can review activity related to content that contains sensitive information or has labels applied. Label activity is monitored across Exchange, SharePoint, OneDrive, and endpoint devices. So those endpoints are Windows 10, Windows 11 devices, the data that you have there that you could also basically see what's going on. So let's click on the activity drop down, okay, just to see the choices that you can. So here you can basically, choose whatever it is that you want to take a look at. Let's look at the first activity and the one that's label applied. This activity shows that an auto labeling policy automatically applied a label to an email message. You can select the drop-down arrow to continue reviewing the different stuff over here. In this case, an auto labeling policy applied a label to a document in a store in SharePoint. This activity shows that a label was automatically inherited. In this case, a sensitivity label was recommended for a file. In this last example, a label was manually applied to a SharePoint document. Let's click this pane over here. Now let's look at how we can get additional insights by streaming data from Microsoft Purview Information Protection to Microsoft Sentinel. Let's open the Azure portal in a new browser tab and navigate to Microsoft Sentinel. So again, and this is one of the great thing about Microsoft solutions, that it's in contrast to other companies out there, is the integration. I mean, no one integrates or basically can integrate like Microsoft, because all of these are Microsoft solutions, right? So all of this work together. When we were looking in previous videos, we were looking at the the whole concept of zero trust and how it works together. We talked about the 6 pillars of zero trust. Um, Microsoft Entra, the endpoints pillar, the applications pillar, the data pillar, the infrastructure, and the network pillar. And one of the things that we emphasize is the integration. And so this is a great differentiator. This is why it is a lot easier to reduce risk with Microsoft when you are using Microsoft products. Of course, that's what I'm talking about. But most companies are heavily invested in Microsoft products and technologies, and it makes sense to work with this integration. Anyway, so let's click on Microsoft Sentinel. If this is the first time that you are watching my videos, so I have several videos about Microsoft Sentinel. And so Microsoft Sentinel works across the entire ecosystem. It's the SIEM. It's the program that correlates and ingests logs from uh, a whole bunch of sources to have centralized visibility of all these things, of all the products, right? Whether it is with identities or endpoints, applications, data, networks and infrastructure all into a single location, because you cannot protect what you cannot see, right? So in the zero trust framework, visibility is a core component. It's extremely important. You need to be able to see what's going on, and also you can take actions based on this. You can automation. It's a key component, and that's one of the things that Sentinel does. Anyway, let's click on this workspace, and let's navigate to the Content Hub. I'm not going to be explaining a lot of the things about Microsoft Sentinel, because this is not a Sentinel a tutorial. So if you really want to learn more about Sentinel and this other solutions and services that I have been talking about for quite some time about Microsoft, then I would suggest that you go to my YouTube channel and take a look at those. Anyway, so search for and select the Microsoft Purview Information Protection Solution, which is right here. And what we are going to do, so this solution streams information protection logs to Microsoft Sentinel, enabling you to monitor the ingested data for security and compliance purposes. So to set up the solution, let's just first click on install. It will take a little bit, and then let's click on manage. Next, let's click here what it says Microsoft Purview Information Protection to select it. And let's click on this. We are going to open the connector page. Again, we have done this before. In the configuration, connect Microsoft Purview Information Protection audit logs to Microsoft Sentinel, which is basically what we are doing here. The connection has been established. For the purpose of this demonstration, let's skip ahead to when the log data has started streaming to Microsoft Sentinel. So let's click on the refresh right here button. And let's scroll down. So a lot of information over here now. So let's go to, so we'll see how we can connect that there. Anyway, so let's go back to the log analytics, and you can query the log data. So let's click on to replace this query. and let's click on run. As I have said before, if you don't know KQL, one great way of learning is using Copilot or ChatGPT or any of those. You can, using natural language, you could basically create amazing queries. So just to give you that tip over there. But um, also, a great thing is that if your company uses the Security Copilot, then you can use this Security Copilot will enhance the capability of any of these services and solutions. It will make your knowledge, it would make the uh, benefit of using Microsoft services, it would increase the potential by a lot because now you have AI integrated into this product, and instead of knowing these things, and I mean, there's a lot of ways to kind of learn how to do PQL query, but it's not fun. But with Security Copilot and other products, then it becomes a lot easier. Anyway, so let's click here to expand the result. And if we scroll down a little bit, so we see a lot of useful information over here. We can, so after defining a query, you can use it to create an alert based on that. So to do so, let's click on the new alert rule drop down, just right there. And so again, you can create a rule that triggers alerts in Azure Monitor or Microsoft Sentinel when certain conditions are met. Okay, like what we did over there. And again, so it's that way when something happens, instead of going over here and drill down, then again, so alert is part of automation, and you want to create this alert so that um, you can proactively take actions when anything happens. Anyway, so this interactive guide is now complete. As always, thank you for watching my videos. And if you like this content, please subscribe to my channel for more. Now, so remember, this interactive guides are uh, free, of course. This is an excellent resource that if you want to, Microsoft Purview is a very advanced solution. There is actually a certification, the SC 400. It's a difficult certification. Do I have it? Yes, I do. Um, but it's a game changer. You could basically have a career just as a cybersecurity, data security engineer, cybersecurity engineer with Microsoft by being certified in Microsoft Information Protection or Purview, and the exam is SC um, dash 400. And so if you search, if you go to do an advanced search and look for mslearning.cloudguides.com, or just look for the Microsoft Purview um, interactive guides, then you find a lot of guides on how to do all these things. Anyway, thank you, and I hope that you continue with me in this journey about uh, how to implement zero trust controls using Microsoft services and solutions.